Carol? First, again, parents, I just want to thank you for bringing your child. Both of them are moving parents. So thank you. They don't stand here today by themselves. You love them. You taught them all the time. And you brought them to a whole place and allowed them to stand in the street. So I want you to do me a favor. Just turn out to the people that are here. Turn out. Can you place on your child's shoulder? This is a gift of farewell. The child you know is when you know more. And you have to say goodbye to what has been to it and embrace what is now being birthed in this marriage. So I'm going to ask you in your own heart, in your own way, to pray for your child. Ask for your God, favor from your son. We ask for faith and hearts open and we will receive that gift. Can you individually sign your child with the sign of the cross to remind them of the symbol of their vow, sacrificial and selfless love? Trust their God. And can you individually then give them an embrace and kiss and tell them you love them? I have two questions now. Have you come here this afternoon freely, without any reservation, to give your son completely to the other? Are you of any understanding of a deeper way of the promise that you're going to make to one another? You understand that this promise is permanent. It can never be taken off the table. No matter how your life unfolds, you will always have to love the other person, even if it's very painful. Are you also hoping to give? I ask you to think about the please bring care of us. Action out, hand, face on up. Hold hands. What you see is what you got. Repeat after me. Tara, I take you to be my wife. I promise today to you that I will choose to love you. In good times and the bad. In sickness and health. I will love you. Every day of my life. Can you please seal that with a kiss? I, Tara, take you, Mark. To be my husband. I promise you today that I will choose to love you. In good times and in bad. In sickness and in health. I will love you. Every day of my life. Can you please seal it? Can you bow your head? Just take a few moments now and just talk to your God. For a second. Just ask him that your heart be always open to his presence. Sarah, take this ring
Sarah, take this ring
as a sign of God's love for you
as a sign of God's love for you
and my love for you,
and my love for you,
which is eternal.
which is eternal.
In the name of the Father,
In the Father,
and the Son,
and the Son,
and the Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
We always do that to remind you how much we one another. Mark, take this ring
Mark, take this ring
as a sign of my love for you
as a sign of my love for you
and God's love,
and God's love for you,
which is eternal.
which is eternal.
In the name of the Father,
In the name of the Father,
and the Son,
and the Son,
and the Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
Turn around and face the people. Join your ring hands.
In the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got another fine set of girls in this house tonight. I don't need to introduce them to you, ladies and gentlemen, so show your love. The number one is Mr. Ross and man, Fiscella. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the bridesmaids and the groups. The lovely Jamie Party, she's been escorted by none other than Mr. Stephen Marshall. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have Miss Dottie Golino and Mr. Troy Hickman. Another third member of the family, ladies and gentlemen. The very sexy Miss Michelle Flickinger. And she's coming in here, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John and Andrew Fiscella. I made the wrong of being escorted by none other than the best man.
I was here, not from the beginning, but at least for half the time you were in Chapel Hill. Really enjoyed seeing you guys really grow together and become quite a couple. Looking forward to all the years together and our both the big one. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hi everyone, I hope I've met everyone by now, but if not, I'm Darcy, I'm Tara's sister and maid of honor. So when Tara and I were younger, one of my favorite things to do was play school. I would sit at the desk in her room and she'd bring out her big girl textbooks and make assignments for me. But Tara has actually taught me many lessons throughout my life. You taught me how to swim by blowing air in my face and then holding my head underwater. You taught me how to do my makeup, and you made sure to perfect it before every important school dance, no matter how far you had to travel to come home. But most importantly, you taught me that the greatest gift in life that you can give is the gift of self. I have never met anyone as generous of spirit as you. You feel people's joys and sorrows as if they were your own. And for what you lack in size and singing ability, you most certainly make up for in heart. I am so blessed to have you as a sister, and so happy that you have found someone to be your rock for life, the way you have always been mine. Tara also has this annoying habit of setting the bar really high for her brothers and me. She excelled in academics and athletics, and now she has raised the bar again in the partner that she chose. Mark, I could not imagine anyone else to be a better fit for my sister or for our family. I first really got to know you as Coach Mark while training for the Richmond Marathon. Your patience and guidance helped us through those grueling months, and they also made me realize that the size of your heart is only matched by the size of your hands. I have enjoyed getting to know you more since then, whether it was getting wild at Tara's Fristafari birthday party, or sadly watching UVA get crushed when you guys came to visit us for the UNC football game. And I hope that the next time I decide to eat my way through study abroad in Europe and then train for a marathon, you'll feel more comfortable sending over that training schedule titled Strides Against Chubbiness. Because that is what a real brother would do. And I look forward to having you as another older brother. Welcome to the family. I wish you to a lifetime of health and happiness. And for tonight, may the dance floor be full and the bar open. Cheers.
Many of you may have seen on Tara and Mark's wedding website, but they both said they always knew what they wanted, but were picky and were willing to wait. I always used to kid Tara that the reason she couldn't find a man was because I set the bar too high. I don't know if it's true or not, but it certainly made me feel good and fed my ego. But on the off chance there was one or some kernel of truth in all of that, I'm certainly glad because she truly found a gem in Mark. And Carol and Flick have done a wonderful job raising Mark, as well as they did his two brothers, Jason and Brian. It was a little over a year ago in the bar over Yingling beer in this very hotel that Mark told me he wanted to propose to Tara. He did it later that night at a family dinner with all of us there. I want to thank Mark for having us present. I never thought I would be at another proposal other than my own, and it was very, and it was very special. And to see the range of emotions that Tara went through in a matter of seconds, from doubt to shock to utter joy, was truly amazing and something I'll never forget. And hopefully, many of you have seen the video on YouTube, and I want to thank Brian for taking the video. And if nobody has seen it, I have it on my phone, and you can check it. And that's, I think, anyone who's a parent, I think, would agree with me that sometimes you witness certain things that touch your heart and soul very deeply. Last fall, Mark and Tara and their siblings and friends ran in the marathon up in Corning, New York, the Wine Glass Marathon near Mark's hometown. And any of you who've seen it, the weather was absolutely miserable. I mean, it was 35 to 40 degrees, and it rained most of the race. Mark had won marathons before that. This was Tara's first. If you notice, Mark is 6 feet 5 inches tall. Tara is 5'4" on a good day. So clearly, she probably had to take about twice as many strides as Mark did to finish the race. And clearly, he was going to finish first. So we were all milling around the finish line. Mark had finished, and then Tara came in, and she was just beaming, embracing the moment and truly enjoying her accomplishment. And then Mark went over and gave her the deepest hug I've ever seen, and his pride in and love of Tara was palpable, and I could just feel it. And then and there I knew that they were a couple made for each other. And it's something I'll never forget, and I affectionately refer to it as the hug. Well, Tara knows that, probably some of you others. You know, in closing, I just want to say to Tara and Mark, congratulations. God bless you. We all love you. I wish you only the best in life, a long, prosperous, and healthy life together. I want to thank everybody else for coming tonight and sharing this special occasion with us. Every time I drink a Yuengling beer from now on, it'll bring back special memories to me. And as far as we're concerned, there's really only one rule for tonight, and I think the band already said that, and that's to have fun. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? Everyone having a good time? I'm Jason. I'm Mark's older brother.
And I'm Brian, the younger brother, Mark's younger brother.
So first of all, we'd like to welcome everybody here to Chapel Hill. All the friends and family who came down, made the trek to this beautiful place. As Bob mentioned before, this is a special place in Mark and Tara's hearts. And I know that they're absolutely thrilled that all of you guys could be here to be a part of it and experience a little bit of what they have over the last couple of years.
And definitely a special thanks to the Fiscella family and the parents, Bob and Meg, for this fantastic day, this amazing weekend, and for all the hard work to make this possible. For those of you that were here yesterday and at the Crunkleton last night, you know it's been a really fun weekend so far, and there's a lot more dancing to get to, and great times to be had. But first though, Jason and I wanted to share a few things about what it means to us to see Mark and Tara get married.
So for those of you that were at Brian's wedding 3 years ago, and you listened to Mark and my toast to Brian, you know that it kind of turned into a little bit of a roast. And it wasn't really intentional, but we just had so much material to work with. So Brian actually is particularly eager to take his chance. So we did some thinking, and we really couldn't come up with anything. And we thought about this a lot. And
Whole year.
Yeah. So what did a whole year of scouring our brains get us? Well, two conclusions. The first is it possible that Mark never did anything wrong? So Bob and Meg, that must be music to your ears, so you can quietly go and toast to your good fortune. Or maybe Mark is just really clever, and he made us all forget about all the things that he did. And the second thing that we came up with is maybe Mark really isn't that funny. We thought surely that can't be the case, but Mark, I want you to rest assured back there, we're not here to make fun of you or embarrass you or anything.
So you know Mark is the middle child, as we said, and being the middle child is definitely tough. You're always having to compete for attention. On the one side you have Jason, the handsome, smart one.
And you have Brian, the fun, easygoing one, always gets away with everything.
And since we had these two roles pretty much locked up, Mark had to cut out his own little niche there as the social coordinator entertainer. You want attention? What you're going to do is do a nice split in the middle of the dance show. 6'5", does a split. Then he created kind of this alter ego of himself, the DJ Mizzy. And he's actually DJ'd a lot of weddings. We've got some folks that he DJ'd their wedding. And, put on a little bit of Living on a Prayer, and all of a sudden you become the most popular person at the party. And it's worked well so far, and if anyone is looking for a blueprint to find a great gal, Mark's got one. It works like catnip.
So we know how Mark got Tara, but there's a lot more to Mark, obviously, that Tara sees in him than spinning tunes and being like uber flexible. So there's he's got a number of other great characteristics that are going to serve him well in their many, many years of marriage. And Brian and I saw these at a young age. You know, we grew up with the guy, and we want to just give you guys a couple highlights. So anyone who's happily married can attest to the necessity of having good conflict resolution skills, right? You know, crises come up, disputes come up, you have to kind of moderate these things. But, you know, there's disputes like the number of throw pillows that you have on your bed. So, Mark, I have never seen more pillows on your bed than the last time we visited your house in Atlanta. You pick your battles. Obviously, that's when you're willing to concede, so nice job. Or the merits of wearing sweatpants after 10 a.m. I know you're a jeans guy. So anyway, whatever the crisis was, Mark obviously handled it very diplomatically, but Brian and I gave him some pretty good background on conflict resolution.
Yeah, I think so. You know, a typical example would be Jason being the older brother that he is, would start picking on me, and that would usually escalate into some sort of a fight. And I'd go lock myself in my room and try and keep Jason out. And Jason would desperately be trying to break into my room. And Mark, you know, being the middle child, he was practiced in subtle and not so subtle arts of diplomacy at a very young age. In one of these typical fights, Mark would usually step back, survey the surroundings, take it in, and usually break it up. But occasionally, if he had some sort of a vendetta against Jason, he'd join my side. And so he'd be right there with me, stacking furniture in front of the door, trying to keep Jason out, just kind of frustrate the hell out of Jason. And, so thanks for that.
So Mark's a team player, and it's not just because he's good at stacking furniture. You know, marriage is a team effort. It takes two to make these things work. Tara, in a very literal sense, you know that Mark is a great teammate when you guys dominate the UNC cornhole circuit. When you guys get your game face on, and you start dropping bags in those holes, pretty imposing sight. So, but I want you to know that he's always been this way. So when we were kids, and I decided that a great project would be to go and cover our entire neighbor's driveway in crayon drawings. Mark was my guy. And so then once our plot was discovered, he was also there all day with a toothbrush and bottle 409, erasing our fabulous masterpiece from that enormous piece of asphalt. So, but this is the type of teammate that Mark is. Regardless of how crazy the idea is, he's in, and he's going to be a great teammate of yours for life.
And you know, for all the things that we did help Mark with, you know, there's one thing that Jason and I were not very much help with, and it's certainly something that leaves a little bit to be desired in Mark. And in most marriages, it's not a big deal, but if you're going to marry a Fiscella, you better damn well know how to golf. When you step into that tee box, it's a job interview. You better bring your A game. Otherwise, you'll be the only one looking for your ball off of the first tee. Thankfully, yesterday when we were playing golf, we had no Fiscellas in the Flickinger foursome. Otherwise, today very well might not have happened. And so for this, we're sorry. But you know, the good news is that Mark met Tara, and when Tara, she must have seen some potential in Mark as a prospective student for UNC when they were on the prospective student weekend. And Tara said, Mark, you know, if you come to UNC, I'll get your golf game down under 100. But Mark went to UNC. Rumor is, still working on getting it under 100. But, you know, she's persistent, and Mark saw, you know, she's the most patient, persistent, giving coach that he could ever find, and he said, you know what, I gotta lock this down. He decided to marry this beautiful woman for the rest of his life. So that's great.
So in all seriousness, we had the opportunity to come and see you guys recently down in Atlanta, and it really is amazing to see how happy the two of you are, to see how much you care for each other, to see the home that you're creating for your new life together, to see you're getting settled into a life down there, jobs, friends, church, social activities that would really make anybody jealous. And it's very cool for us to watch and to be tangentially a part of and to be able to touch here and there. New life is obviously taking a huge step forward today with this amazing day, which is the first of many amazing days that I'm sure you'll have in your life.
And for Tara, you know, Mark is so comfortable and content when he's with you, and you bring out some of the best qualities in him, including, I think he's really stepped up his dressing game. Check out his shoes. But you know, you bring out the best qualities in him, and you still allow him to be himself, that social coordinator, that entertainer, that DJ, and you know, I think Jason and I are really looking forward to the amazing days that the two of you have in your future together.
So before we finish up, one final Mark story, a quick one. It's an educational and cautionary tale. So, as a kid, Mark had this teddy bear named Fuzzy. Great name, obviously a creative side, matured much later in life. But Mark loved Fuzzy, carried him everywhere. So after a while, Fuzzy had no nose, no eyes, wasn't fuzzy anymore, had no stuffing, a couple of patched holes, but you still slept with Fuzzy all the time, you know, carried Fuzzy everywhere. So you didn't really care. So I think it didn't really matter how rough Fuzzy looked or what kind of shape he was in. Obviously, Mark loves Tara a lot more than he loves Fuzzy. So this is a word of caution. Mark will love you to death. So Mark, maybe tone it down slightly. On the other hand, Tara, you should also know that Mark is going to love you unconditionally no matter what shape you're in. As Tony said, he's well defined.
So we want to wish you both a life of love and happiness together. You know, we're ecstatic to welcome Tara into our family as a sister, and we couldn't be more excited for today and the start of your life together. So if everybody would, raise your glasses and a toast to Mark and Tara.
So Mark spoke last night at the rehearsal dinner, and he told me last night that it would be me, the one giving the toast tonight. So I'm going to hold it together right now because I got all my tears out during the ceremony. But really, from the bottom of our hearts, Mom and Dad, this day has been amazing this weekend. Thank you, especially for today, because it wouldn't have been possible without you, really. So thank you. Last night was wonderful. Thank you so much. It was really, really special. And I just feel so blessed and so lucky to be joining such a wonderful, wonderful family. And then to all of you, it's overwhelming that you all have traveled as far as you did to come here for us. And I just keep sort of, you know, hitting myself saying, wow, this is for us. They came for us to celebrate us. And it means the world to us. We're so happy that you're all here, and we wanted it to be a celebration of everyone. So I hope you've enjoyed your day, and I want to see everyone back on the dance floor for the rest of the night. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate it. This was more than we ever imagined it would be.
I know. It's very, 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 very subtle.
I can't see anything.
You can't get excited with the bubbles. The wind blows. Yeah, it's really exciting. It's really and there you go. You can blow the what?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. You got a device.
Where's Paul Daniels?
He's them. Yeah. Here's my bubble.
Too much. On a device.